And welcome back to Let's Play Super Smash Bros. Melee with your host, Pitmarth Roy. In the last episode, we finished up Adventure Mode with all the characters. Therefore, all the regular matches in one-player mode, all these have been completed with every single character. And in this episode, this is a bonus episode of sorts. This is just going over some trophies, some specific stuff, other things like that. I'm going to try not to make this video too long since it's just a special video. I'll go over options and data after we're done with Versus Mode. So this is more about the trophies in particular, how to get all 290 of them. As you can see right here in the bottom left of the screen, I'm actually missing one, which I will get into in a minute. Now, most of these can be just gotten normally through the lottery, but there are a couple of hidden special trophies that I just want to show off really quickly in the gallery. Now, any of the things that are character trophies, like right here, Mario, Donkey Kong, Link, Samus, Yoshi, Kirby, any of the actual characters in the game, the character trophies, you can get 3 for each playable character. You have to get one for completing Classic, one for Adventure, one for All-Star. So, in a way, those are special trophies. I don't know if you'd count those for sure, but you might as well. Moving on to the female wireframe, the fighting wireframes, and the male wireframe, which isn't on screen because it's A through Z. To get the male wireframe, you need to complete the 100-man melee within 240 seconds. You probably got that when you unlocked Valko, just because you used DK's down B. For the female wireframe, you need to get 100 plus KOs in Endless Melee. Once again, you can use DK's down B or your favorite character, or Roy and his up B. Either one of those works. Fighting wireframes, to get this one you have to complete 15-minute melee, so whenever you did that you should have gotten this with it, so you should already have this one as well. Moving down to a G for Giga Bowser. For getting this trophy you have to defeat Giga Bowser in Adventure Mode without continuing. For those of you that have not watched the LP so far, basically you need to play Adventure Mode on normal or higher difficulty. You can't use a continue on this or else you're not going to get the trophy like it said. And then also you've got to get through it Adventure Mode a certain time. I think it's 18 minutes, so it's pretty lenient, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. And I believe there's another trophy you have to complete Adventure within a certain amount of time, too. I think it's the Wolfen. But we'll get into that in a minute. For M, which is all the way down here. Come on. For Master Hand, I'm just going to go ahead and say it now, since I can't run into him immediately. For Master Hand, you just need to clear Classic on hard or higher without continuing. This is actually pretty difficult. It's not too bad. It's probably the easiest of the 3. Clear blank on hard or higher without continuing. For the Crazy Hand trophy, which I'm not going to skip to right off. Oh wait, I can just do this. What am I talking about? For Crazy Hand, you need to do the same thing, just except instead of Classic, it's Adventure. So for Crazy Hand, you have to beat Adventure on hard or higher without continuing. I'd say this is probably the hardest trophy to get out of all of them, but maybe that's just my opinion. I think it's one of the harder ones to get. So anyway. The food trophy, which is actually somewhere up here. For getting the food trophy, you need to play 1,000 versus mode matches. So what you need to do is set the damage ratio to 2.0, and then just pick a character that's really lightweight, go to flat zone to make the gravity even lower, and you can just grab them and throw them up off into the background. I'll explain how to do this whenever we start versus mode, just how to, like make a really quick match. But as long as you play 1,000 versus mode matches, it doesn't matter. You can even lose all 1,000 and you'll still get this trophy. Though you probably want to try to win just because. To get the maximum tomato, you've probably already gotten this one. You just have to play 10 versus mode matches. That's really easy. For the heart container, you have to play 100 versus matches. And keep in mind on these, they're talking about regular versus matches. Let me go back here for a second. It's talking about regular versus matches, not tournaments or special melees. It's got to be just the regular melee. Other than that, the rules are lenient. It can be stock or time or whatever you want it to be. Okay, for the lipstick, which is somewhere around here. Right there. For the lipstick trophy, you need to perform a 20 or higher hit combo in training. Once again, I've already gone over how to do that. So that one's, we should already have that one anyway. For the motion sensor bomb, which is right here, you just need to complete event match 3, which is the one with all the explosives. You're facing Link and Samus, and all they use is explosives. So that one isn't very hard to get at all. For the metal box, that you need to perform a 10 or higher hit combo in training, so if you've gotten the lipstick, then you definitely have this. You have the bunny hood, which you have to perform a 125 hit combo with all the characters combined in training mode. So you could just have all the characters combined, but once again, you can use that trick with Mewtwo that I showed you and still get this just by itself with just Mewtwo, so that works too. For the Smash Coins trophies, you need to play 100 coin battle matches, which is since these are going to be timed matches, you just set them to the time, make it 1 minute. because that's as low as you can have it. Let's see. Moving on to Mew. For Mew, you need to... This one's a little bit different than Master and Crazy End. For Mew, you have to complete All-Star on hard or higher, but you are allowed to use continues for this one. So I'd recommend saving up about 100 coins, because I think I used 5 or 6 continues. I want to say 5, but that may not be right. Since I didn't do that on screen, I can't go back and check for it, but oh well. For the Sudowoodo Trophy, yeah, this one's actually one that you have to get. For this one, you just play 200 versus mode matches, so, you know, if you've gotten the food trophy, then you've got Sudowoodo. For the unknown, or unown, since there's no K in the word unown. There we go. Change the lighting so you can actually kind of see them. For the unknown trophy, you need to basically set a combined home run contest record of 16,404 feet. So combined total, not just one by itself. I didn't even use all the characters for this. I didn't use Jigglypuff, Mewtwo, Marth, Roy, or Mr. Game & Watch. I got it before actually using any of those characters. And I might show off a little video of how to do okay in the home run contest if you guys really need me to, but if not, then I won't. That is up to you guys. Okay, for the Entei Trophy, this was a trophy from Trophy Tussle. I believe this is the second one, so if you've completed Event Match 26, then you've got this one. For Celebi, as long as you see Celebi in your Pokeball, then you'll get this one now. The reason I thought I had this one earlier, but I didn't, is because you have to be the one that releases Celebi. It can't be somebody else. Like, whenever DK released Celebi, I thought that counted, but it didn't. You have to be the one that releases Celebi from the Pokeball, so I'd recommend having a second human player and just have them do nothing, so just plug in a second controller for this one. Okay, moving on. No, not the Mega Vitamins, you fool. For the Lon Lon Milk, for this one you need to have a combined clear time and target test be less than 26 minutes. There's another one later on that's even less time than this, so if you've got that one, then you have the Lon Lon Milk. That one's pretty easy to get, though. Okay, for Kirby Hat 4, you need to play 100 coin battle, so, you know, if you've got the Smash coins, then you've got this one as well. And for Kirby Hat 5, you have to unlock all 11 of the secret characters, which is why most of these are secret characters. Okay, so, let's see. Moving on to right there. For the Valken Flyer, you need to play 150 versus mode matches. This is going to unlock the Big Blue stage, so if you've got the Big Blue stage, you've got this one. The F-Zero Racers, you need to complete Adventure Mode with all 25 of the characters for this one. For Mute City, which is right there, you need to have your total distance walked by characters be over 10,000 meters. Odds are, if you played Classic Adventure and All-Star with everybody, you probably already got this one randomly, so I wouldn't be too worried about that one. For the Kraid Trophy, you just need to play 50 versus mode matches. This unlocks Brine Star Depths, so if you've got that stage unlocked, then you've got this trophy. For the UFO, you need to play 100 versus mode matches. That unlocks Foresight as well. So, once again, if you've got Foresight, you've got the UFO. Some of these come with the stages, sort of, so that's why. If you've got the Game & Watch, the actual stage, not, you know, the character Game & Watch, to get this, you basically just need to complete Event Match 45, which is the one where you're a Game & Watch and you're facing a whole bunch of red Game & Watches, so, pretty easy one. For the target, you just have to clear target tests with all 25 of the characters. Your time doesn't matter for this one, so that one's pretty easy. For the Sandbag, you just need to set a record of over 984 feet in the home run contest from one character. Since you had to set a record of like 1350 for Yoshi's Island stage, if you've got Yoshi's Island stage, then you definitely have this one. No, don't go back to the Sandbag. You'll get the Battlefield stage if you clear All-Star mode. Doesn't matter who with, doesn't matter if you use it continue. For Final Destination, you have to complete Event Match 51. For the Goomba, you have to complete Trophy Tussle 1, which is Event 14. For Paper Mario, you have to set a record of 1,476 feet in the home run contest, so it is a little bit farther than the Yoshi's Island stage, but you can still get it. Since I obviously have this one, it is doable. You can do it with Yoshi or with Roy. You can just use Roy's up B and then start charging his regular B at about 3 seconds. Either one of those works. For the Wario Trophy, you just need to clear All-Star without using a continue. That one's actually really easy. Moving on to Marin. For getting Marin, you just have to unlock the sound test, so that one's not that hard either. You unlock the sound test, I believe, by playing a certain amount of versus mode matches. Majora's Mask, you just have to complete Event 47. That was the final trophy, tussle number 3. For the Landmaster tank, you just have to have all the characters' KOs total more than 1,000. That one's not very hard to get either. And I believe this is the last... No, there's a few more. The Wolfen, this one you have to clear Adventure in less than 18 minutes. So, you don't have to fight Giga Bowser. You can clear Adventure mode in 18 minutes with the very easy difficulty. For the... If I can get down to it, Meowth Trophy. For the Meowth, you just have to complete All-Star with all 25 of the characters. For Tom Nook from... what's it called? Whatever. For Tom Nook, you just have to collect over 1,000 coins, Smash coins. The spent coins don't subtract, so if you have 999 and you spend 2, and then get another 2, your total is 1,001, so you'll get it. So if you're getting a whole bunch of lottery things, you can just get this one. And it's Animal Crossing, I know, that's what Tom Nook is from. It says future release, but it's Animal Crossing. Okay, let's see. Mr. Resetti, you just have to get 5 KOs in Cruel Melee. This one's easy. You can just... since it's on the battlefield stage, hide under one of the platforms on the left or the right, and just use Roy's up, B on them, and then fall through the platform, and just keep repeating that till you get 5 kills. It's actually pretty easy. There is another trophy that I would have here normally. It would be next to the Pikmin, and that's Captain Olimar. I don't have this one because I don't have Pikmin on my memory card. To get Captain Olimar, you just have to load this game with a Pikmin save on your memory card, but since I don't have Pikmin for the GameCube, I don't have Captain Olimar. That's the one that I'm missing in this game that I could be able to actually get, since the other ones are through Nintendo events or Japan only or PAL version only. But we'll get into those later. Donkey Kong Jr., you just have to complete Classic with all 25 of the characters, so that one's not that hard either. For the Mach Rider, you need to complete Classic mode in less than 5 minutes, which is actually really easy too. Let's see. Scrolling down. For the Sheriff Trophy, this is the other one with the target test. Your combined target test time has to be less than 750 seconds, which actually isn't too bad, but you do have to be pretty quick on this one. For the Diskin Trophy, you have to get all the end-of-level bonuses and penalties. I don't know why they make you get the penalties. I don't know. For the GameCube Waluigi and Koopa Clown Car trophies, you have to beat the game in all 3 modes as every characters. Then they'll show up in the lottery, and then you get them from the lottery. And the other 2 trophies that I could have but I don't, because it's too late to get those, is the Caped Mario and Yoshi trophy and the Helmetless Samus trophy. Those are both obtained by Nintendo events. And if I remember to put pictures up on this while I'm editing it, then you will see pictures on the screen of them right now. Now, the thing about getting every bonuses for the Diskin trophy, I'm going to show that off in probably versus mode. I don't know, what are we at on time right now? 12:50? Okay, that's not too bad. For getting all the bonuses, there are some pretty weird, difficult, and just plain annoying ones. But I'm going to go over those later. I guess. I could go over them now, I suppose. I'm just going to go over the ones that I had problems with. And why am I going to Melee? I can just show you all the bonuses in the game by going to Data, and then it should be under Meili Records, Bonus Records. Most of these are pretty straightforward, and you probably got most of them already. I was only missing a few. I'm just going to look over the ones that were kind of hard for me to get. Okay, the first 2, all variations and all on one, where it says used all attacks except for finishing blows on enemies or on one enemy. Basically, you have to use all your attacks, and that includes your up B, down B, side B, and then your regular attack while standing still, and then your repeated attack while standing still, and then your hitting them while running, all your aerial attacks, which is up A, down A, and side A in the air, and back A as well, I guess, in the air. And then also, you have to grab them and throw them in all 4 directions, and you should be able to get that. If there's one I'm missing, you can probably look that one up. The only difference between all variations and all on one is just on one enemy, and all variations you have to balance it out between 2. And the thing is, if the character dies, then you won't get this, so you have to make sure you don't kill them. So I'd recommend setting the damage ratio to 0.5 for this, so they will have less chance of dying. Let's see. Cuddly Bear, I didn't have this one because I just never actually bothered to get it. This one has just performed at least 3 grabs, but did not attack or throw the enemy, so just grab them with Z and don't do anything 3 times. Because, if I grab somebody, I'm going to attack them or throw them somewhere. This one I didn't have right here, the Shield Stupidity and Shield Savers. The Shield Stupidities just broke your own shield, and then the Shield Savers just dropped your shield before it was broken. Barely before it was broken. For the Shattered one, you could probably just get a CPU or another human to shield for you and then just break their shield. So that one's not that hard. Let's see. Poser Power right here, attack someone with a taunt. There's only one person that can do that, and that's Luigi. So just make sure you taunt with Luigi and actually hit them with it. Let's see, what else? Floor Diver, which is drop through floors often over 12 times in 1 minute. That one's pretty easy. Just pick a stage that has floors you can drop through, like Battlefield or, you know, anything like that. Just keep dropping through the floors, jumping back up, and dropping through the floors again. That one's pretty easy. Peaceful Warrior never attacked but didn't lose the match. For this one, just go to Melee and make it a team Melee and have it be a 3-on-1. You're on the team of 3 along with 2 level 9 CPUs against 1 level 1 CPU. And you'll be able to get that. Just make sure that it doesn't give you the coward thing because it can do that. So make sure that you don't attack him and your up B does count as an attack. But just like stay near him through the entire match because if you just stand still, it's going to call you a coward or it's going to say you opportunist or something like that instead of giving you Peaceful Warrior. So just jump near him or something like that. Just make sure you stay near your enemy, but don't actually kill them or even attack them. Let's see. Poser KO. KO'd enemy with a taunt. This one is actually really hard if you don't know what you're doing, so I want to go over this one really quickly. What you need to do is, because like I said, Luigi's the only one that can actually do damage, set it to a 1-stock match, set the damage ratio to 2.0, and believe it or not, you're actually going to want the handicap on. Set your handicap to 9, and then put on a CPU with a handicap of 1. Make sure their level's 1 as well. Just pick a stage, doesn't matter what. Come up next to them and... if I can actually hit them with it. That's how you do it. Simple as that. You just gotta remember to set the handicap because the damage ratio is not enough. That one actually took me a while to figure out. Okay, so going back to the bonuses here. Okay, there we go. The bank shot KO'd an enemy with a deflected item. Just get somebody to throw a bomb at you as Fox or Valko and just reflect it. So that one's pretty easy. The Quintuple KO, I just got that one by playing All-Star mode. And whenever you get to the Game & Watches, just kill 5 Game & Watches at once and you'll get the Quintuple KO. Let's see. Ground Pounded got KO'd by a damaging floor. You gotta be... you have to play a timed match for this one. I don't know why, but you have to play a timed match for this. It can't be a stock match. Not sure why that is. Whatever. Mystic ended match while off screen. This one has to be a timed match as well. And it's not talking about just being off screen. It means like actually dying, but not being on the revival platform. Because if you're on the revival platform when the match ends, you're gonna get the Angelic, which is just above Mystic right there. Let's see what else there is. Some of these you just have to do because you probably haven't. Weightlifter frequently held heavy items over 5 seconds per minute, which is just like a crate or, you know, something like that. All these right here, Gourmet, used only food items, used only battering items. Make sure that if they're in crates, don't actually pick up the crates and throw them, attack the crates to open them up. And they have to be different ones. They can't be the same item. So, for Gourmet, it can't be the same food item. For the battering items, it can't be the same one. For the battering items, the Star Rod would work, the Beam Sword would work, and the Home Run Bat would work. For the shooting items, the Ray Gun, the Super Scope, both of those would work. And when I mean not the same ones, I mean like not the exact same one. Like, if you've got a Super Scope and there's another one on the ground, if you throw the one that you have away and pick that one up, that's a different one. For only recovery items, I just used heart containers for that one. Transformation items, the bunny hood, the metal box, the cloaking device, any of those would work. throwing items, anything like a bomb or something you would throw, you don't hold on to it, like a beam sword or a lipstick or whatever. Parasol finish, which was parachuting with a parasol at the match's end. You can use Peach's up B, and that will count as well, so that's what I did for that one. For Gardener finish and Flower finish, which is put a flower on the enemy's head at the match's end or had a flower on your head when the match ended, that one's got to be a timed match for both of those. Screwed Up, which is held the screw attack for 30 seconds or more, just make sure you don't throw it away, that's all. Mario Maniac, which is used to only mushrooms, fire flowers, and starmen. I don't think it matters if that's stocked or timed, but yeah, that one's not very hard either. But you can't use poison mushrooms, just regular mushrooms. It's not talking about the poison ones. Let's see. Mrs. Saturn held the Mr. Saturn item for 30 seconds or more, and then Saturn Siblings, which has got 3 or more Mr. Saturns. This one, also, you can't pick up crates for. You have to pick them up consecutively. Let's see, what else is there? Vegetarian and Heartthrob, which has got 2 more Maximum Tomatoes and Heart Containers. That one's pretty easy. You can just set that to be the only item, so yeah. Just make sure you do it. The Laser Marksman hit with every blast from the ray gun until it ran out. That one, just get a human CPU and just keep hitting them, and if they're about to go off the stage on one side, just jump behind them and start shooting them from the other direction. For Flamethrower, got a 10-hit combo or higher with the Fire Flower. That one, just have an enemy CPU and just knock them off the edge, and then stand on the edge and just spam that, and keep trying to recover, but they'll keep running into that, and that's how you get the combo. For Hammer Throw, through the hammer away. For this one, just go to Brian Star and hit the acid while you have a hammer, and right as you start falling down, hit Z and you'll throw away the hammer. Bomb Squad, grabbed a bomb just before it exploded and wasn't hurt. A really easy way to do this is also to have a Starman and just pick up the bomb and let it explode in your hands, and then you'll get it. For the Koopa and Paratroopa KOs, whenever you're going through adventure mode with Kirby, just eat one and you hit down like you're copying an ability, and that's how you actually kill them, because if you hit them and then you get their shell and throw it off screen, that doesn't count as a KO, apparently. I don't know why. Let's see, what else? No damage cleared. Cleared all levels without taking any damage. You can do this on Classic, Adventure, All-Star. I'd recommend Classic on very easy mode. Either use DK and use his down B, or use your best character. I did this with Marth, that's why I'm saying that. You probably already have no miss clear. Melee Master, which is cleared All-Star without recovering damage. That includes food within the actual stage and also the heart containers as well. Very hard cleared the very hard mode. Just do that on Classic. It only took me 1 continue. It doesn't matter if you use a continue or not. Link Master defeated all 5 Links in Adventure Mode, and the rest of those are pretty straightforward. So, those are all of the bonus records that are really, really weird, or at least in my opinion, they're really weird. If there's any other ones that you don't know how to get, just post a comment and I'll tell you how to get them, because some of them are kind of, they don't really go into specifics, and that's kind of a problem. So, yeah, what are we at on time here? 23 minutes? Oh, that's not too bad, alright. Is there anything else I want to go over? Gallery, I'm just going to go over the trophies section really quickly, I guess. For Gallery, you can just look at all your trophies in order like this. I'm hitting B whenever I first go into this, because otherwise it's just going to give you this one, just whatever it was on last. And then if you hit left and right, you can switch between just normally how they set them up, and then by their game, Yoshi games, Donkey Kong games, and then also A to Z. And you can see the trophies, how many you have of them, like times 9, times 5, whatever. And then on the bottom right, it says how many trophies you've got overall. But it doesn't count doubles on that, so I have 289 trophies. And then for lottery, this is just where you can use the coins that you have to bet them on getting new trophies. You can see there's a percentage of getting a new trophy. If you bet more coins, it'll go up. But since I've already got all the trophies from the lottery, it's not going to go up. But I can just throw in a coin and they'll give me something here. It'll say, like, new, got it, if you get a new one. I always make the percentage 99.9, so I'm guaranteed to get it. And then collection, you can just see your entire trophy collection here. You can zoom in and out. What's really cool about this, though, is you can see some of the older systems, N64. You can see a copy of the original Smash Bros., Game Boy Advance, GameCube, all this good stuff. Super Smash Bros. Logo right there. But what's even cooler about this is if you actually go to options and switch the language to Japanese, and then go back and check that again, you can see the background's actually a little bit different now. You can see different games put in the thing. They just look a little bit different. It's Japanese writing instead of English. So that's just a cool little Easter egg, I suppose. There's something else that's really cool about switching it to Japanese, but I'll show that whenever we get into Versus mode, because that's where it is. We get a little bit more time here, so let's just go over the options and data, why not? This is just the rumble feature, whether you want to turn it on or off. This is for player 1 or 2, you can turn it on or off, or for your individual names. The sound options, you can switch between stereo and mono, and then if you would like to have more sounds or more music, either one. For screen display, this just decides if you want it on or off. You just hit A to turn it on or off, whichever one's sharper. It says display will be smoother and softer, or display will be sharper and harder. So you can't really tell that much of a difference for me turning it on or off. This just changes the languages, and this is just erasing your data for everything. And then for data, you have snapshots. You can only get snapshots while playing camera mode, which we'll get into that in Versus mode. Archives, which has the how to play video and the special movie. I'm going to be showing this at the end of the project. The special movie, not the how to play. The sound test, which has all of your songs or whatever you want to hear. Which I am really in the mood to hear. No, not that one. That's not it either. There we go. I like that song. Then you can hear narration from things like... Hey, look, it's his throw-up voice. So yeah, you can just look over those. And then you got your Meili Records, which is Miscellaneous Records, Bonus Records, and Versus. Versus is just your KO count from each character. And it's who KO'd who the most and all that good stuff, so yeah. If you hit L and R, you can see individual characters, like from your best to your worst, or most to least, whatever you want to call it. So obviously my least ones are Pichu, Zelda, Ice Climbers, Pikachu, Bowser, Peach, all those characters. And then the ones at my top are like Marth, Roy, Fox, Mewtwo, Young Link, you know, all those characters. And I believe you can go on even farther and you can see the records of the top 5 for KOs, falls, self-destructs, hit percentage, damage given, damage taken, damage recovered, peak damage, matches that you've played, victories you won, losses, your overall playtime with that character, the percentage you've played with them, average players, or that they've been fighting, the ground distance, how much they've walked, jump distance, how much they've jumped, drop distance, how much they've fallen, flight distance, how much they've been sent soaring, coin points, just how many points you've gotten, swiped coins, how many coins you stole, lost coins, how much coins you lost. So that's pretty much it for that. For bonus records, we already went over these. For miscellaneous records, this is just other stuff like power count, how many times you turn the game on, power time, how long you've had the game on, play time, which is how much you spent in versus mode, single player, how much you spent in any one player mode, versus play, which is the other part of that, combined versus play match total, time match, stop match, coin match, bonus match, versus play contestants, how many times you've reset during a match, total damage, KO total, self-destruct total, how many characters and maps you have, total amount of trophies, how many names you've entered in your game, the longest time that you've played with a character, second longest time, the shortest character, or not, the shortest time you've used a character, Smash Champ, Smash Sap, Slugmeister, Punching Bag KO, Kingpin, No Defense Nelly, and Disaster Master. So all those are pretty straightforward. And then special, these are just like every time you unlock something like a character or a stage or something really special, like you've cleared target test with everybody, it's going to show up here, so it's got the date of when you did it, whenever that may be. So all those good stuff. You can see a little bit of stuff that I had off screen, like the additional rules, which is for 500 KOs. So that's it for this video, I suppose, even though it's a little bit shorter than what I'm used to, but whatever. It's 29 minutes for crying out loud. So next time on Let's Play Super Smash Bros. Melee, we're actually going to get into Versus mode, since I went over these 3 stuff and all the weird things. If there's anything in the... Once again, if there's anything of, like, the special trophies that you don't know how to get, or... Okay, I don't know why the Battlefield thing randomly turned on, but that's cool. If there's anything, like, you don't understand for the special trophies how to get, or you want to know how to shorten up your target test time, then let me know and I'll make a video specifically for that. Like, if you want me to just show the fastest, or as fast as I can go on each target test and make just a video about that, then I can, but if you don't want to, then that's fine. I don't care. But regardless, that may not get put up right away, because it's going to be Versus mode next, so... Unless you send them in really quick, Versus mode's probably going to show up first, but... I will definitely read them, trust me. I'm always really good about reading the comments. So like I said, next time on Let's Play Super Smash Bros. Melee, we're going to start Versus Mode. I'm just going to show off some stuff. Maybe some specific stuff about stages, cool stuff, you know, just kind of little Easter egg stuff, special rules, special melees, tournament, all that stuff. I might have guest commentators for stuff like the tournament mode or the special mode, and I'll probably have some matches, you know, just some plain old matches just for fun, with me fighting a whole bunch of level 9 CPUs or something like that. So, I will see you guys in the next video. So, later.